Escopia Radio Talks.
Wait. Am I looking at the camera? Or am I answering? Am I looking at you or looking there?
The first, you're going to look there, then when I ask. Yeah.
And then I'm talking like this the whole time.
Welcome, guys. This is, of course, Escopia Radio Talks, and I'm your host, Palesa Mahonye. And today we are chilling with an artist. She's a hip-hop artist. I actually heard some of your songs. You're also quite like a vocalist, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, we're chilling with TrustedSLK. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, fam. How are you doing?
I'm also good. Well, I like, before I get into my interviews, just ask people how are they doing, just in general. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm always good, actually. Yeah. I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
My shame. I was about strong with you.
Thank you. So, obviously, I want to start about, touching base on your childhood, your upbringing. Do you remember how that was like for you? How was your childhood like for you?
That's actually a good question. I mean, I don't really remember much, but there are some significant times that I remember. But yeah, I'm this old now, so at least, I know there was a childhood.
Do you remember like what kind of a child you were, the kind of environment you actually grew up in?
Oh, actually, I was actually a very entertainment orientated child.
I see.
I was very flexible growing up. Actually, yeah, that's a very good question because I remember sometimes I'd be sleeping and I'd get woken up to like go show people tricks. When your mother is a visitor and you're sleeping and
She's
they
like,
come.
My child has a few talents.
Yeah, and then they wake up like, yeah, do the thing.
Oh.
So yeah, actually, now that you remind me, I was very flexible. So I was like doing acrobatics, self-taught acrobatics. So yeah, those were the good old days.
That's amazing. You're an entertainer. But did you kind of rap for them? Or
Back that time, I was more of a dancer. So I'm actually a dancer at heart. I started rapping in high school. But before that, I was kind of known for dancing.
And the kind of environment, where did you grow up actually?
So I was born in Eastern Cape, Mthatha. Miss St. Mary's, shout out to the Utah. But then we moved to Cape Town early 2002. I was about like maybe 5, 6.
Yeah.
So I was born in Eastern Cape, but bred in Cape Town. So my music is very Cape Town vibes.
Oh, okay. That's nice. So then, do you remember anything about Eastern Cape? Was it like the typical, village-like upbringing and coming to Cape Town? How was it like?
It was village level, but I have no recollection. My brothers usually tell me though that, we used to, because he told me the other day that, so we stayed on a hill. And he used to be like, and every day we used to fetch you from school and we'd have to like put you on our back and walk up the hill, So for me it was crazy because I couldn't remember, but they kind of, reminded me.
And then let's talk about primary school. Were you also kind of, like an entertainment type of child? Were you those academical type of kids? Or were you
definitely not academic?
Okay.
I was very hyperactive. Like I said, I used to dance a lot, did choir a bit as well in primary school. But yeah, man, primary school, I just played a lot. I was a tomboy then.
Yeah.
So, just get back, you get to school, put your bag down, go play,
That's the life.
Yeah, that's the life. That was the life.
That was the level.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes miss those memories? Do you sometimes miss, you're this old, and do you ever just see yourself missing the past and, the young you?
Do I miss the young me?
Yeah.
I would have to say no. Because I don't remember much, first of all.
Okay.
And second of all, I think I was just winging things back then. So I prefer the me now because now I'm in control of a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm not winging. If I have a goal, I work towards it, I achieve it, So I think I prefer myself now in my old age.
And what's the type of family that you grew up in? Are they like a very loud family? They're musically orientated,
Well, it was just my mom. My dad passed away when I was very young. So it was just me, my mom, and my 3 brothers. Well, my 2 brothers. The other brother is new.
So you're the only girl?
Yes, I'm the only girl.
Oh, how's that like?
I enjoyed it because I was one of the gents.
Okay.
And they actually inspired me to rap. They were listening to hip hop music and that's how I'm here today.
You kind of like got the inspiration from their taste.
Yeah, from their surroundings, being surrounded by them and listening to what they were listening to. So yeah, it was very nice. I mean, because I'm the special one.
Was it the typical, I've brothers, you do this to me, I'm going to actually, fetch my brothers?
100%, 100%, 101%. People knew, don't play with SLK because she will go call her brothers, and her brothers will sort you out. That's if I can't sort you out.
Yeah.
I'll try first.
Okay.
If I ngangam, then the homies are gonna pull up.
Okay. So let's talk about your high school, because I guess that's where you kind of discovered, the love for hip hop. That's where you were like full on, I am growing, I'm developing as a teenager. Yeah. So let's talk about, when did you ever, discover that, okay, this is actually the route that I want to go into?
So like I said, when I got to high school, I was still dancing.
Oh,
I was still cheerleading as well. Anything that had to do with movement, I was just involved.
Oh.
But I remember in grade 9, there was a crew in my neighborhood that was rapping, a bunch of guys.
Oh.
Back then, the whole baggy pants, straight cap level was coming through.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were rapping and they had like a mini studio. And I was like, yo, these niggas are dope.
Cute.
And I was like, what I gotta do? And they're like, no, we make music, we rappers, that's how we dress.
In grade 9 as a young girl?
In grade 9, yeah, as a young girl.
That's
So I was like,
amazing.
you know what, I want to be lit. So then that's when I actually decided to rap. Entered a talent show, won that talent show, and I think that's where it kind of began, because I was like, okay, cool. Well,
grade 9?
In grade 9, yeah.
Wow. Is
Young
that the one
talent show.
mic competition?
No. One mic was 2020.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just like, a talent show that was just going up.
Yeah. So I won that, and I think that's what kind of ignited my love for winning and being a contender and wanting to challenge people in the music industry.
What was your reaction to that? I mean, you're flipping in grade 9, you're winning a talent show. What's your family saying? What are your brothers saying? What are these, this crew saying?
It was crazy. I was in a crew with this other friend of mine, Rhea P. Shout out to Rhea P. So I don't know. It was actually crazy because we just got in studio, recorded a song, went to go perform the song.
Sure.
And I had energy at that point already because, like you said, I was already entertaining people.
Yeah.
So I knew that, if I'm saying something, I need to move with what I'm saying and not just stand and rap,
Yeah.
So people were very drawn to that. We won the competition. It was exciting because people were clapping for the service that you just rendered.
Did your mom like attend? Was it like community?
No, she didn't attend that one because my mom, mothers don't like going out at night. So
They
my mother's that
don't.
type, if it's at night, you must miss me. But eventually she came to one of my talent shows. I didn't win that one she came to.
How
but
old
I
were you
rocked
then?
the crowd. I think I was like probably still in high school, grade
Yeah.
9, grade 10 level. So I think I came 3rd or 2nd that time. So she was also very impressed because she was like, who taught you how to do this? Because I know it's not
I
me.
remember.
Parents are just like, why do you talk so much? Who taught you to talk so much? So she was very impressed as well. My brothers were super happy because they were like, yo, she'll be making a little boy and she's rocking.
Yeah.
So I keep shining.
Amazing.
Yeah, and they would take me to all the gigs, take me to all the events, make sure I'm safe.
Also, so your brothers are actually musically people?
Yeah, my one brother is very sporty.
Okay.
Sport. Then my other brother was very music, rap. He used to make music as well. He used to rap as well. So yeah, it was a combo.
I see. Same thing with mine. I remember my mom was like, not really. She didn't even know that I can sing or whatsoever.
Yeah,
and then
Eva.
when she heard it, she was like, oh,
That's crazy.
what's going on?
Exactly.
Do I live with this child?
Yeah, dog.
I see. So you were, gaining a name for yourself and back there in high school. And how was the clout like? Did you receive clout from high school? That fame, that, oh my gosh, TrustedSLK is coming here.
Yeah, I definitely got clout. People
Yeah.
knew because I was the rapper chick now. So I was always respected.
Yeah.
We used to perform maybe at the assemblies, these talent show nights. So yeah, I got mad respect after I started rapping. So I just kept it moving.
Tell me about your first performance at school with this like simply whatever.
It was dope because I was in another crew actually. So I
Oh.
did a lot of crew work while I was in high school, and I'm grateful because I bumped my head a lot with these crews. That's why I decided now after high school I was just like, solo away. So I was in a crew with this other homie of mine, shout out to Chinga Time. We used to call ourselves Prototypes.
Okay.
And yeah, man, we just rocked. We even had like a young sequence. So we would actually be rapping and dancing like at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, people were just drawn to that because it was, it was lit.
I see. And the teachers as well.
Yeah, the teachers are just like, yo,
was
these people are
amazing.
actually dope and they're killing it.
Yeah. And was your mother always, supportive of this route that you want to go into? Because, there's always that stigma attached to wanting to be an artist or wanting to be a creative. It's like, no, I want you to do something concrete, to think about something concrete for yourself. Not that being a creative cannot be something concrete, but was she always behind this?
She was. I can say she was always behind it because, like I said, my brother's always there to make sure I'm safe. So if I have a gig at night, she knows, okay, cool, SLK's with her older brother, so she's safe. Yeah, bo? So I think that's why she kind of gave it the blessing, because she knew it's not like I'm gallivanting, by myself. So she gave it the blessing, but our parents always think you're playing in the beginning until you start getting, recognition and you start getting flown over to Joburg and you start winning national competitions. Then they start driving, but okay, actually, it's actually a real thing.
I see. What do you think about that? Actually, artists getting recognition more than anything. Do you think it's a key thing? Do you think it's what we should promote? Exposure? Because I think for some people it's so draining, and it's like, I don't only need that.
Exposure is important because I think as a musician, it's a numbers game. True. We're always chasing number. We need numbers. We need followers. We need subscribers. We need views. So exposure is the best way to get those numbers to run up. So I think exposure plays a big role. And that's why people always tell you marketing, PR is vital, because that's how you get to the people. That's how you get the people to love you and actually know about you.
I love your voice.
Oh, I love it
too. You have a very powerful voice. When did you realize that you have such a massive, dominating type of voice?
It's actually weird because I didn't always have this voice.
Really?
There's a song I released in 2009 called Move. And I actually had a small voice there.
Yeah.
If you had to listen to it now, you'd be like, it's okay, no ways.
No.
But I think because I was always singing and rapping and, I grew up to gangster music.
Yeah.
So I think my voice, to be honest with you, I think my voice kind of molded into the whole, gangster vibe, because that's how I wanted to sound. I wanted to always be, sound hard, So I think my voice actually just molded, but I'm grateful though. Shout out. Thanks God for this. I would Lalil and Kona.
This is money. This voice is cash. So, I mean, as an artist, when you're in high school and it's time to pick the subjects for whatever something you want to study, it's a bit, tricky, right? Were you always, looking to just doing rap, or was it rap and something?
So I knew I would do rap and something, because at the same time we're in South Africa, and we have to be realistic at the end of the day. A lot of musicians these days want to be rock stars, but it's tough being a rock star in a third world country. But we have to think of tomorrow. So I always knew I'd rap and do something. So even after matric, I chose random subjects. I chose like business and economics and bio.
In high school, you had not figured out what was this other something.
I hadn't figured out what the other something was, but I knew there had to be something. So I remember in matric, when I was applying for varsity, I remember asking my mom, what must I apply for? And then she was like, as a typical black mom, she was like, it's either, go for medicine or go for law. So I was like, okay, cool. If you say law, it's all right. And I applied for law. And it's weird because when I got accepted for law, I was like, what? They actually accepted me for law. Like, I was like, hey, it's actually happening.
Where's this? This is in UCT?
UWC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, University of the Western Cape. So I matriculated 2013. UWC took me for law, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm here now and I'm going to see it through.
So you were just chilled with that choice. It wasn't really something that was, full-on decision. I want to do this and all of that.
Nah, it wasn't full-on decision.
Does it go in line with your persona or something?
I think it does. I think it's a 50-50, to be honest.
It is.
Because the thing is, with the law, you have to be very hands-on and you have to love reading. And you always have to be in a constant updating. What's new? There's a new law. You need to know the law.
Yeah.
So academically it's tiring, but the execution of being a lawyer is part of my personality.
Yeah, it is.
So it's 50-50.
And I mean, we have to touch base on like the transitioning from like high school to varsity. Did you feel that pressure? Did you feel it that much? Or there wasn't really, you didn't really get affected that much?
Well, there was a transition because remember matric, I left home to go stay
somewhere else
on campus. But my first year of varsity, I wasn't on campus, but I stayed like in a neighborhood near my campus. So for example, maybe Bram and UJ.
But that was still outside your mom's house.
Yeah, that was outside my mom's house. So it was a transition because now, you have to cook for yourself. You have to make your bed before you leave. You have to lock. You have to make sure you locked the crib. So it was a transition, but I mean, it had to happen because that's how you start adulting.
Yeah.
Varsity teaches you how to adult, how how to look after yourself, how to manage money, how to talk to other people, how to socialize. Yeah.
Did you ever, engage in like musical things in varsity? I mean, I can imagine you're a student going to study law and you're busy with music here on the other side. So did you engage in those activities?
100%. When I got to varsity, I entered UW's Got Talent. So it's UWC, but for short we call it UW's.
Okay.
They were having a talent show, entered, won immediately.
Shoo.
So even there in varsity, my street cred, I got it quickly.
Yeah.
Not even, as a first year, they thought, that chick, she raps. So after winning that competition, it gave me a huge platform because it meant at all the bashes, I was performing at bashes now.
Yeah.
Even at other talent shows, I became a judge, and I was actually giving other people advice now
That's
on,
amazing.
how to nurture their talents, etc., etc. So yeah, things kind of just gelled.
I mean, you look like someone who's really driven by something. What would you say you're really driven by?
I'm driven by myself, man.
Yeah.
I'm a go-getter. I think maybe it's in my nature, it's in my blood at this point.
Sometimes, yeah.
Because I mean, if I just put my mind on something, I make it pop,
So now, I mean, how was it, battling law, which is like something that requires you 101%, and then you are busy, creating a name for yourself in the music industry or the game, whatever you guys.
It was tough, but it had to happen. Even my degree actually took longer than it was supposed to because, like I said, one foot was in the law thing, one foot was in the music thing.
Yeah.
So I made it work, dog. I would go gig on a Saturday night, come back, study, chief. Instead of taking a nap or resting, I would study.
Sure.
Or I would be studying the whole night. Well, what I used to do in varsity is I'd study the whole day, study whole night, and then go to my gig.
Yeah.
Rock, come back, take a nap, study again. So it was tough, but it had to be done, and I don't regret it because it was kind of like a transition. I knew I had to do both, that when I leave the law thing, the music thing is already moving.
Exactly.
Because it would have taken me so much more time if I'd focused on law and then get to Joburg and then start from scratch. I was actually even coming to Joburg at that point. Yeah. Every holiday, every December and every June holiday.
Music stuff.
Come to Josie, come to okay, there's shizness, do shizness. Okay, there's rap activity jam, do rap activity jam.
Yeah.
Just to plant the seeds so that because I knew after my degree I'm coming through to Josie. So I was kind of just planting my seeds. Plant. When I pull up, it's just a matter of watering.
Smart.
Yeah.
Really, really, really smart. So I want to ask about, you moving from Cape Town to Joburg. What was that all about? And when did it actually happen?
So it happened last year, 2021.
Oh.
Just after I'd won the sports scene.
Oh, yeah.
So it was COVID more. So the last 6 months of my degree, I did online. So the minute UWC was like, yo, look, it's online, beginning of 2021. I was like, shwee. Told my mom, sat my mom down. I was like, Chief, I'm leaving. It's that time. Sure. She was like, you know what? What's the plan? You can't just go to Joburg without a plan.
Yeah.
Luckily, I just won the sports scene competition, national competition. And I was getting a bit of a bag. I had support. I had PR. So I was like, I moved 2021, beginning of the year. Moved to Maboneng. I'm still in Maboneng. Oh. So it was a very smooth transition because, like I said, I always knew I was pulling up sooner or later.
Just want to backtrack to the sports scene competition. Where did you see it? I mean, how did it come about, you going and applying for this competition?
It's weird. A friend of mine hit me up. She's like, yo, Ntwana. Two people actually hit me up. One was actually a competitor on the show.
Okay.
And one was just a friend of mine. She's like, yo, there's a sporting competition. You should enter. Checked it out. I was like, man, Chief, man. I don't want to enter because I was just like, Joburg people are involved. So I'm not afraid of any of the other provinces. But I was like, Josie people, they're going to...
and
deal
you're in
with
Cape Town this time.
And I'm in Cape Town that time.
Sure.
She was like, yo, bro, just enter. Other homie hits me up as well. Spyro, shout out to Spyro. Hit me up, yo, dog, I'm going to enter this competition. You should enter as well. I was like, okay, cool. You know what? Let me just enter. I got nothing to lose. I entered, made top 40.
Sure.
And then Spyro, the guy that actually told me to enter, actually also made top 40 with me.
Okay. Was it not like a clash? I mean, you're in Cape Town. You need to come to Joburg. How was that working?
It wasn't a clash.
Okay.
I made it work, I made it work. I was like, comrades, I need to go. So yeah, made top 40, made top 10. And I prayed, to be honest with you, dog. I prayed. I was like, God, I need to win this competition.
Yeah.
That's just the facts. And also I had an agreement with God because I always told God, look, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to finish my degree. But after I finish my degree, you need to make something happen.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of worked out perfectly because it was my final year, last 6 months.
It was your final year and you...
Final year.
Shoo.
And I told
So
God, I was
much
like, God,
pressure.
you're gonna as chief, it's time now. We agreed on this thing. So to be honest, I was very confident. Because
And I mean, the 6 months online thing really did play, and work in your favor.
Yeah. So after I won, I was still juggling school, the 6 months of school while I was in Joburg. But I was now, the face of sports scene, the face of Puma, working with Tweezy, 2, 3 times, 4 times a week, shooting videos, performing. So yeah, it's just juggling, man. Time management and juggling.
Would you say like you started opening up for big artists after that, or was that before? After the competition or before?
Before. Even on varsity, I was opening up for Ricky Rick, R.I.P. Ricky Rick.
Yeah.
I was actually the only person who opened up for Ricky Rick when he was doing his Castle Light Unlocks.
Sure.
UWC. Black Motion, okay, Malum Cool Cat. Yeah, opened up for Aries, Nasty C. Nasty C was still, on the come up that time.
Yeah.
So I was really opening up for people like that.
And did you even get recognition from those big artists? Did they come up and be like, yo?
Nah, they never came up because, when you open up for somebody, usually the person's not even there yet.
Yeah.
They're on their way to the venue. So I didn't get much recognition. But after winning competitions and going to shows like One Mic, your recognition now is...
And did that ever like open doors for you? Not the competition, but opening up for big artists?
It kind of did.
Yeah.
Because at least the events organizer would see that I'm a force.
Oh, yeah.
So the person who got me on stage actually said, okay, cool. Actually, it was a good idea getting her to rock because she's actually dope. So I think, it kind of showed that sooner or later, I might be opening now, but sooner or later I'm going to be the headliner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. So now, how was your time being in the competition? I mean, you are in a different province or whatever, or are you a person who just doesn't fall into the pressures of whatever it is that thrown at?
Nah, I didn't fall into the pressures. Like I said, I know
you
what
were
I want.
calm with it the entire way.
Very driven. So I know the level. I know how to maneuver, how to finesse.
Yeah.
So I was staying with a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, shout out to V.
Okay.
Yeah, she was doing her own thing. I was doing my own thing. But she had work, so she was employed.
Okay.
And I was just hustling. But she'd wake up in the morning. When she leaves for work, I'm waking up to go hustle.
Yeah.
Speak to somebody, talk to somebody, hustle somebody, go to studio. So yeah, I just treated it like a full-time job.
Full-time job.
Yeah.
Because it is a job.
Because it is a job.
Yeah. So how was your life after that competition?
It was a game changer because I now had reference. So for example, there's a lot of rappers. Me telling you, P, I rap. You'll be like, I chief, there's a million rappers.
Yeah, everyone
But now
raps.
I could tell people, yo, look, I'm SLK. I won a national competition.
Yeah.
And I'm an ambassador for Puma right now. So it gave people, a second to be like, oh, okay, cool. So tell me more.
Yeah.
And then once you give me that opportunity for me to talk to you.
Going in full force.
Exactly. So
Sure.
it gave me a good reference. Yeah.
Yeah. So now what is your family's reaction, your brother's reactions? Were they here or were they just heard the news?
No. They weren't here. They just heard the news. But they were shocked too because they were like, yo, bro, like you're really doing this thing.
Yeah.
Like you're running with it.
Like you're going with it.
Yeah. Even when I moved to Joburg, they were like, yo, bro, Josie is like dangerous. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I was like, aye, I'm going to Joburg. That's where it's at. That's where I need to be. So they were just like, yo, like you actually taking this thing to the top. I was like, yeah, I have to.
Did you have a plan when you were planning to come to Joburg? Did you have a plan where you're going to stay, what you're going to do,
I had a plan that I was going to stay with my friend. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm going to wing it.
Yeah.
Stay with you maybe for a month or so.
Yeah.
Get my own apartment, buy a bed, buy a fridge.
Yeah.
And just make it work. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, the industry is here.
If
you're not in Joburg, it's going to take too long. Kandi Tina, we don't have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
And as an artist who did law, I want to know if you ever focus on your law degree.
I wish I could do both.
Okay.
But like we both said, it's too draining.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the law thing, I think I will go back to the law thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of artists need people like myself to give them advice, give them, way forward on contracts and things like that. So I think it's a sector that I need to go back to for the sake of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah.
And there's a few people that are occupying that space. And that's why so many musicians get, butchered because they can't afford to ask, to get a lawyer. It's expensive to get a lawyer.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I hope one day I can even open a firm
Yeah.
that only focuses on actually helping artists.
That's nice. I mean, what an advantage that you have. You really have quite an advantage. Well, I also want to touch base on your song, which I really like. Yeah, Teta. Am I saying it okay?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You worked with
Tweezy,
Tweezy on
yeah.
this song.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a massive song. It's amazing. So how did the song come about? Where did you guys even get the inspiration?
Yeah. Well, Tweezy. I remember after I found out that I was gonna work with him, I couldn't sleep. Every time I need to see Tweezy tomorrow in studio and Lalip Suku, because I'm just like, this guy is a legend. And he's amazing and he's worked with so many great names.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Tweezy is very cool. First of all, very calm.
Yeah.
And Tweezy is he shares knowledge. And I think that's what helped me a lot is that when we got into studio, he heard me rap. He was like, okay, cool, you're dope. But I don't hear you spitting closer.
Yeah.
And he was like, fam, you closer. Use your closer. If you can spit in your native tongue, 50% of the job is done.
Sure.
You just have 50% left.
Yeah.
And it was weird because somebody out of my hometown and somebody who wasn't even closer had to tell me, yo, bro, don't sleep on the closer thing. It's a bag. And that's how Teta came about. He played me some beats. I liked the beats, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Utinya Teta, Anguva. Because I was like, you know what, let me use my native tongue.
Yeah.
And because they're Mxhosa and they're Teta, so let me just keep it there.
So the lyrical knowledge just came from that.
The lyrical knowledge just came from that.
Amazing.
Literally. Him saying, look,
amazing.
I want your hook to be closer.
How was the build up?
Back.
Like the build up to completing the song, being in studio with him, all of that, and you touched base on the fact that he shared some knowledge with you. Mind if you highlight that?
Yeah, man. Tweezy, he was like, you know what? Tweezy is very hands-on in the sense that I'm very old school. So I write pen and paper.
Oh.
I don't write on my phone.
Yeah.
So he's the type to say, let me see what you got there. And then he'll cover your lyrics.
Yeah.
And one thing about me, because I was inspired by the old school musician,
yeah,
I always wanted to say too much in a short space of time. So Tweezy would say, look, this sentence is dope, but take this word out, take this word out, take this word out. Keep it short and simple.
Yeah.
And that helped me a lot because now people could catch on quickly.
It's catchy. Simple.
And he always told me, he was like, yo, SLK, you must always remember in a song, it's about finding a moment. The whole song doesn't have to be dope, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But if you can just find a dope moment, it's done. And that's what TikTok is doing now. Even with songs like Nkaunt Tempel.
They only take that moment,
That's it, Umlando. It's just that hook. Everything else, nobody listens to the whole song of Umlando, let's be honest.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, he taught me a lot and I really learned a lot. And he also taught me how to have catchy hooks. He taught me the secret. He's like, Ndwana, if you mix A and B, you have a dope hook. And all of my hooks are lit because of that
Is that what
knowledge.
you guys did on the Yateta song?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh.
That's how he kind of taught me how to bang and how to slap on every song.
Yeah, because I see you keep on repeating Sitikri.
Sitikri. Yeah, that was Tweezy's idea.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I did the hook. Utinya Teta, Anguva, Utinya Teta, Anguva. Then I said Sitikri, Ngala Puma, Siamuva. And he was actually the one who was like Sitikri. He took Sitikri and he's actually the one that placed it in the verse.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then I actually wrote according to that Sitikri in every bar. So he was amazing.
Yeah.
He's next level production.
Yeah. And working with such a brilliant artist as well.
Shout out.
So, how was your life after the releasing, of that song? Because I saw it got so many views.
It was good, man. We're able to snatch people's hearts.
Yeah.
Because like I said, being a Xhosa person in Johannesburg, it kind of gives people the time of day to look and be like, oh, there's a Xhosa Han on stage. Let me carve. Yeah, so it opened a lot of doors for me. And a lot of people liked that song, like you said. So it was just, it was just perfect timing.
And you're a vocalist as well?
I'm growing, dog. Yo, Kaloku in Joburg, I never used to sing.
But you sound proper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But being in Johannesburg and being surrounded by so many dope acts, you need to level up every time. So
Right.
I never thought I'd be singing, but because you look around, you're like, ish,
Kind
Blackie's
of
doing some ada.
moved,
So I also
yeah.
need to, pull out a trick somewhere, somehow, which is amazing because I think that's where the journey of becoming a musician kind of starts, because it's just about discovering yourself each time.
So you actually discovered that voice, in the midst of it all.
Yeah, in the midst of it all.
That's amazing.
And now I have range. I can go high.
Yeah.
I can go low. I can just finesse. It's actually a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah. So, care to tell people about any future projects that you should look forward to?
100%. I'm actually dropping.
Okay.
The 28th of March, I'm dropping my EP. It's called Meaningful Hustle. And I just signed a distribution deal with a company from the UK / Cape Town. So yeah, man, it's time to blow. It's time to blow. They're going to be pushing my EP for me, 6 tracks, hard EP. It's a rap EP.
Yeah.
So if you're a rap lover, I think you people should check it out.
I see. And as well, you host events for people who don't know, Red Velvet Sundays, right?
Velvet Sundays.
Is it Velvet?
Velvet Sundays.
Okay, I thought I pronounced it right.
You're actually not the first person to say Red Velvet Sundays.
You're lying. So it's Velvet Sundays, not Red Velvet Sundays.
Yeah, it's Velvet Sundays. No, it's all good. Yeah, man, when I got to Joburg, when you're surrounded by hustlers, you start seeing that, hey, doing one thing, it's a bit whack. You need to up your game. Okay, cool, you make music. What else are you doing on the side? And then I decided to, host my own event. So yeah, every last Sunday of the month, we're out in Greenside at a place called Velvet Hour. And yeah, man, just putting the youngins on. There's too many musicians.
Yeah.
So the more platforms, the better. So I decided, you know what? Initially, it was meant for Cape Town artists to have a home in Johannesburg.
Oh, that's amazing.
But we merged with Josie
With
X
Joburg,
now because they dope and they deserve the platform.
Yeah. So so upcoming artists, whatever, just go there to showcase their talents, sing, rap, whatever it is, or is it just for rappers?
Well, it's for musicians because it's rappers and singers. It's for DJs as well. Okay. But I actually want to have like a dance segment as well.
I see.
Because like I said, dance is actually my thing, So I think I'll actually open it up, and allow some dancers to come through as well. Make it, an entertainment thing and not necessarily a music thing.
Yeah. I mean, for an artist who's watching this and they feel like they want to pull up there, how does it work? Do they just pull up on the spot, perform a few things, or is it a pre-plan, do sound check before, whatever?
So it's pre-planned. So they have to follow us on the page, Velvet Sundays _ with a S. Velvet Sundays _ Drop us a DM so we can kind of check them out because we're just trying to make sure that the quality, and the level, we maintain the level and the quality.
Yeah.
And then you come through, we give you your sound check and then you rock.
I see. Thank you. So who kind of helped you into making that vision of having a place for Cape Town artists in Joburg? Who kind of, that vision that you had, who made it real, who made it happen, who helped you make it happen?
It was some friends of mine. It always starts with chilling with the homies. And we had a gig here in Joburg, right, as Cape Townians. And I remember I got on stage and then like the event organizer started telling me to get off stage while I was performing. And I'm thinking, so much disrespect. I actually took the mic and looked at him and I was like, yeah, chief, you understand what I'm saying? Because you're trying to make me look like a clown. I can also make you look like a clown. So I felt so disrespected. I was like, let me just do it myself then. Yeah, so I was just mad that day. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually just going to start my own events and host my own thing. And that's how I started. So shout out to KG, Speech of the Dreamer, Killer G, Velvet Hour, Ranfrica. They're the people that were kind of like powering this powerhouse now called Velvet Sundays.
Yeah. So would you say
these event organizers must stop playing games and disrespecting artists?
True.
Yeah.
True. So like what would you say were the challenges that you faced, not only as an artist, but then as an artist who's from Cape Town or maybe from a different province, coming into here, having to adapt to the style, you're female, there's just so many factors as well.
It was tricky, because people like I just said now, events organizers come with these tendencies. And it's just like, I'm a musician and yes, I want the platform, but don't disrespect me.
Yeah.
Sisuka kude ekugqibeleni.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of challenges. You meet people that think you're a clown just because you're a musician or you're creative. You get people who think, they can tell you you're on at 8. But if you go 8, they're like, oh no, you're on at 9. So many games in the industry. But one thing about me is that you have to be firm and tell them no.
How you want it.
I'm busy. You can't tell me I'm performing at 9, busy. I also have places to be. Those are the challenges. Also not charging. So when I got to Joburg, I decided, you know what? For like a year or so, I can't charge for gigs because I need to sell myself. People need to trust my brand and what I'm selling.
Before
so
you can.
that's also a challenge because it means, you're living hand to mouth, you're making it work. But, it all pays out in the end. And I always say money must always be the end result. Because when you start with scuttling for money, it always becomes messy.
It does.
But if you start with the passion first and make money a byproduct of that, it always works out better.
I mean, that's amazing. I think I've gained a lot of knowledge. I'm not really like a rap kind of fan, but I've really gained a lot of knowledge.
Shout out.
Thank you so much for being here. I really hope that all your projects are like such a success. And if we can also make it to Velvet Sundays.
Please.
I can't believe I said Red Velvet.
I shame, it's fine, man. It happens. It happens.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you guys so much for watching as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.